You're not broken. You're not depressed. You're undisciplined. I know that hits hard, but stay with me. Here at Improve Your Mindset, we don't sugarcoat the truth. We wake you up. If you're tired of feeling stuck, numb, empty, this might be the most important video you'll ever watch. You say you're anxious, lost, and burned out, but you scroll TikTok for hours. You sleep till noon. You eat like trash. You keep quitting on yourself, and now you wonder why life feels meaningless. This isn't depression, a life without structure, without discipline, without a mission. And if that's the problem, good news, the power to change it is still in your hands. Let's be brutally honest. Modern life has made us soft, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You wake up already exhausted. Not because you worked hard, but because you went to sleep at AM. Watching strangers live their dreams while yours collected dust. You're anxious not because something's wrong with you, but because you haven't moved your body in days. You've said, I'll start tomorrow for months. You've been ghosting your own potential. And now that inner voice, the one you keep trying to silence with noise and comfort, is getting louder. That voice isn't depression. That's your soul screaming, this isn't the life we were meant to live. Most people don't need medication. They need meaning. They need responsibility. They need a reason to wake up and fight. You feel lost because you've stopped trying to find your path. You feel numb because you've abandoned effort and chosen comfort. You feel broken, but what you are is bored, bored with yourself, bored with your patterns, bored with a life that looks the same every single day because you've stopped growing. Here's a truth most won't say out loud. Depression isn't always chemical, sometimes it's spiritual, and the only way out isn't always therapy, it's action. A guy messaged me recently. He said, Bro, I think I'm depressed. I asked him, What's your daily routine? He said, I wake up at 11 or 12, scroll on my phone till 2, eat fast food, binge Netflix, sleep again at AM. I said, You're not depressed, my friend. You're disconnected from purpose. You're disconnected from discipline. You're disconnected from you. When you live a life of chaos, your mind will always feel like it's falling apart because you were born to build, born to struggle, born to strive, born to win. But now you've accepted existing as enough. That's why you're miserable, not because you're broken, but because you've abandoned your blueprint. Let's talk about comfort. Everything around you is engineered to make life easier. Food delivered in 15 minutes, endless content just a swipe away, apps that let you fake productivity. You've got more convenience in your pocket than kings had 200 years ago. And somehow you're still unhappy. Why? Because comfort is killing your edge. You weren't built for this softness. You weren't meant to sleep 10 hours, eat processed garbage, and stare at screens all day. You were built to move, to sweat, to chase, to fail, to fight again, to win. But instead, you've chosen Netflix's growth, junk food over strength, comfort over character. And here's the trap: the more you choose comfort, the more you hate yourself for it. It doesn't feel good to live soft. It numbs your spirit, it dulls your hunger, it shrinks your identity. Let me give it to you straight. Discipline is the most powerful antidepressant in the world. It doesn't come in a bottle, it doesn't need a prescription, it doesn't have side effects, just side wins. When you wake up early even though you don't feel like it. When you hit the gym even though you're tired. When you eat clean even though junk is easier. When you follow through even though excuses are louder. That's when you start becoming dangerous, not to others, to doubt, to fear, to anxiety, to the version of yourself that always gave up. What discipline gives you? Confidence because now you can trust yourself, energy because you're fueling your body and mind the right way. Direction because every day has a mission, not just a meaningless movement. Identity because you finally feel like you again. It's not about perfection, it's about power. It's about knowing that you decide who you are, not your mood, not your past, not your followers, not your circumstances. And the best part, once you build discipline, you never go back to who you were. I know this is going to offend some people, but someone needs to say it. Too many people are hiding their laziness behind the label of mental health. Let's be clear, real depression is real. It crushes people. It deserves compassion and treatment. But that's not what most people have. Most people are just out of control. They wake up late, skip routines, ignore responsibilities, and then say they're mentally unwell. Nah, you're undisciplined, and you're scared to admit it because if you do, you'll realize you're not a victim, you're a volunteer in your own destruction. And here's the scary part: the longer you wear that false label, the more it becomes your truth. You start living it, breathing it, letting it define you. You don't need a diagnosis, you need a direction. So stop medicating what your soul is trying to fix with a mission. You want to feel better. Here's your formula, the 30-day fix. Wake up at the same time every day. No excuses. No phone for the first hour. Let your brain breathe. Move your body. Walk, stretch, lift. Eat real food, not chemicals in a box. Set 3 clear goals every day. Simple but intentional. No social media until your daily mission is complete. Track your habits, pen and paper. Sleep with a purpose. No mindless scrolling in bed. Now here's the key. Don't wait to feel ready. Just do it, one day at a time. You'll feel it in week 1, you'll see it in week 2, you'll believe it in week 3. And by week 4, you'll never want to go back because this version of you, it is finally alive again. Motivation is a liar. It shows up once in a while, gets you hyped for 10 minutes, then disappears when things get hard. You've been depending on a feeling to build your future. That's like waiting for the wind to build a house. You don't need motivation, you need standards. You brush your teeth without motivation, right? Why? Because it's your standard. Same applies to your habits, your workouts, your grind. When something becomes your standard, you don't negotiate with it, you don't debate, you don't delay, you just do because that's who you are now. And the moment you start living by standards instead of emotions, your life levels up permanently. Let's talk about rebirth, the person you've been. They're not the enemy, they're the lesson. Thank them, then bury them, because the new you isn't soft, the new you doesn't whine, the new you doesn't wait to be rescued, the new you wakes up with a fire. And it's not because life got easier, it's because you got stronger. You don't look for shortcuts, you look for hard things because they're where meaning lives. You're not here to coast, you're here to conquer. This is your rebirth. And it starts the moment you choose discipline over dopamine. You're not weak, you're just untrained. You've dulled your blade with comfort, distraction, excuses, but now you rebuild with sweat, with silence, with structure, with self respect. You become the person your past self would fear and your future self will thank. You become dangerous to laziness, to weakness, to the lies you've told yourself because you're no longer interested in a soft life. You're interested in a life that means something. So, no, you're not depressed. You're undisciplined. And that's a good thing because it means you're not broken. It means you're still in control. And it means the comeback starts now. Comment below. I choose discipline, not comfort, not laziness, not excuses. If this video woke you up like it was meant to, smash that like button. Subscribe to improve your mindset for more brutal truths, powerful wake up calls, and mindset mastery. And send this to someone who's stuck in their loop. Let this video be their wake up call because discipline doesn't just change your day, it changes your destiny.